Hey guys, Bella here. I wanted to make a video about my experience with Phentermine and quite frankly how I feel about the drug and how it's used for weight loss. This is a picture of me that I took this week. I am currently around 178 pounds and I'm 5 foot tall, so I'm definitely overweight, but I am feeling better about my body than I've ever felt about it before, which is funny because my weight has fluctuated from 189 down to 135, and then I got down to 135 and then gained a couple of pounds every year for about 4 years, and now I'm back to 178. So I guess the whole point of this is to talk about why I chose Phentermine and how I feel that it is not sustainable for weight loss because I have lost weight both ways and I just don't think that this is the way to go. However, I see a lot of YouTube videos that are overwhelmingly positive about Phentermine. So to play devil's advocate, I'm just going to tell you the negative effects of Phentermine. Now, Phentermine has to be prescribed to you by a doctor. It's not something that you should buy online. One of the things that they did whenever I got prescribed Phentermine was they checked my heart. And this should have been the first red flag, but Phentermine, like a lot of weight loss pills in the past, it increases your heart rate. So your heart is beating faster all day long than it normally beats. And so to keep up with that, they have to make sure that your heart is strong when they prescribe it to you. So that was one thing. And then initially, when I went to my first appointment, all they really did was weigh me and measure me and give me the pill and sent me on my way. So I don't think that was the best way to go about it. But let's talk about a few things. This video is my perspective. So when you watch something on YouTube, just remember that there's just one person behind a camera talking. They're not speaking for everyone. They're speaking from their own point of view. So just don't, take everything as fact. And remember that everybody has different motives for posting YouTube videos. And anyone who makes a video about their weight and tells the public and everyone about it takes a lot of courage and really a lot of vulnerability to put this information out there. So just keep that in mind. One thing that I did put in all caps is that you are not your weight. It took me a long time to realize this, and fluctuating between being really thin and really fit and then being larger. I've had a lot of body image issues over the course of my life, all the way from being a teenager to age 24 now. And one thing that I really, really am so happy that I learned was about body positivity. However, body positivity on the flip side is, it's good to love your body, but also I don't personally feel like it's positive and healthy to be overweight. You can try to justify it all you want, but I just don't feel like it's good for your body to be carrying more than it should. So with that being said, love yourself, love your body, but make sure that you try and take care of it. There are seasons in your life, and one season you may be really career focused, or you may have just had a baby, or you may be starting, a new endeavor in your business, and so you don't want to be too hard on yourself when you let your body and your weight not be the number one priority, but always pull back the reins and make sure that you take control over something that is such a big part of you, and not just your weight and your health, but also your mind, your soul, feeding yourself things that make you happy. Like for breakfast this morning, I had 2 mini muffins, and was that the best choice? Probably not, but it was 220 calories. I had a cup of coffee. I feel fine, and I'm not really thinking about food. So that's the point that I would like to get back to. So let's talk about Phentermine, and let's talk about how it works until it doesn't work. So this is a picture of me now. I am overweight. I don't hate myself miraculously. It took a long time to get to that point, and I'm very, very proud of that. However, I do want to lose weight again. So when I got Phentermine, it's been about 4 months. So I took Phentermine on and off for 90 days. At first, when I was taking it, I was having some very negative side effects. So they gave me 37.5 milligrams to take every day, once a day. And what I realized was that the bad parts of it outweighed the good. And from somebody who's never tried to lose weight the normal way, this pill may seem like a fast answer and it may seem like the only answer, but it's really not. One resource that I would really recommend is the Lose It community on Reddit. And there are a lot of other weight loss communities, but this community is extremely, extremely strong, and they will not let you feel like you're alone. And there's a lot of good information there. However, I kind of thought when I was taking Phentermine, okay, so I took it for about the first month. I went from weighing 178 down to like 173, so 5 pounds lost in a month. Huge weight loss for someone who's only 5 foot tall. However, after the second month, I feel like it didn't come off as fast. I think I lost like 2 more pounds and I probably got down to 170. And then the third month that I was taking it, I was really starting to question the side effects, and I started taking it sporadically, so every other day. And I just felt like it wasn't the best thing for me to be doing for my body. Something in my deeply inside of me was saying, I don't think that you should be taking this medication. So let's kind of talk about, I guess, the negative side effects of this. Okay, this little pill is something that seems small and inconsequential, but when I took it, I became a different person. I was so nervous when I took this pill, and I was also angry, which I was really not expecting. My heart rate increased substantially, enough to give me a panic attack in the car while I was on vacation with my mom. I was holding my chest. I felt like I couldn't breathe. I felt like I was having a heart attack. I felt like I needed to jump out of the car. I literally ripped my seatbelt off as fast as I could because I didn't even want anything on my chest. And I am a person who has some anxiety. I will admit that. I have basically a baseline of anxiety at any given time. And I've been diagnosed with GADS, which is generalized anxiety disorder. However, I've never felt anything like this, and I know that Phentermine is the reason that brought on that panic attack or that anxiety attack, because I've never felt anything like it before and never felt anything like it since. One thing that I did not realize was the extreme, extreme dry mouth that I would get. I could never like quench my thirst, and it wasn't even about being thirsty. My mouth was just so dry, and even talking about it now just brings me back to when I was just chugging water 24/7. And I was really, really jittery and shaky most of the time. I remember going into my office and talking to some of the people who work with me and just feeling like I was shaky and like almost out of control. And I thought, this is not normal. This is not good for me to be doing to my body. Um, it did make me have a lot of energy, especially when I first took it in the morning. I felt like I was on crack, like I could do anything. It's very similar to what people say Adderall feels like and how you just want to do all the things. So I liked that part of it, but it was also a part of it that was not natural at all because at the end of the day, the energy would kind of taper off. Um, the last thing is that it made my appetite almost completely go away. So, a big part of sustainable weight loss is listening to your body and, kind of feeling hunger when it comes on and then feeling full and being mindful when you eat. And with this pill, I couldn't even tell if I was hungry or not. I just didn't have any appetite at all. And obviously, if you take a pill that takes away your appetite, you're going to lose weight. So, that is something that I think people just don't really talk about. And let's skip to the next slide because I have some cues here. So what does happen when you stop taking this pill? Okay, so you've taken something for 90 days usually. This is prescribed for about 3 months. So after you stop taking the pill, what happens? So you no longer have the energy level that you had. You no longer feel like you're on crack, and you don't have the suppressed appetite either. So gradually your appetite will probably start coming back. The issue with this that I think is the biggest issue in Phentermine is that the weight loss clinics that are prescribing this medicine do not care if you actually keep the weight off. They care about getting the money for your appointment, and they care about their business. So they don't talk to you about long-term weight loss, nutrition, making a plan for when you no longer take the medication. I've definitely been reading about meditation this morning. They don't make a plan for you. So basically, you are left high and dry without the medicine anymore, keep in mind. So you developed a dependency on something that was supposed to be for your health, and now it's being taken away. And in most cases, they might give you a piece of paper saying, oh, eat 1,500 calories a day, and if you don't lose weight on that, then drop it to 1,200 calories a day. Well, 1,200 calories of what? That's the biggest problem, is they're not telling you how to eat, what to eat, how to listen to your body, how you got fat in the first place, because none of us got fat by eating one ice cream cone. You know, that is not how you get fat. You get fat by eating horrible food or too much food over time. So let's talk about what happens when you go back to normal eating. So you will be hungry. Unlike when you were on Phentermine, your appetite is going to come back. So I guess you have to kind of decide, am I going to be able to sustain the portion size that I was on when I was taking Phentermine? Now, if you're like some of the ladies whose videos I've watched, if you started off at 180 pounds and now you're at 150 pounds, it might be okay with you to be eating less because you're going to feel like you are not able to eat as much as you were anymore. I just don't think that basically selling someone this get skinny fast scheme is the best option. Sustainable weight loss is something that you have to make small changes and they have to be consistent. So one thing that I would always do when I was losing weight was I would measure my food in calories. And some people can say that this is obsessive or whatever, but it worked for me, and it really allowed me to see what I was eating and how much of it I was over consuming, especially when it comes to things like chips or food from restaurants. Restaurant portions can easily be 1,500 calories for one plate, and for small people like me, that was my calorie count for the whole day if I wanted to lose weight. So being active, being mindful, and not over-consuming are the best ways to lose weight. I think that Phentermine can help you lose weight, but the real question is, do you need that pill to lose weight when you already know how to lose weight? I think that a pill for weight loss should be an absolute last resort, as well as a surgery. However, I think that being overweight, it often makes you feel like ostracized, and it makes you feel like you're less than, and like you can't really, you don't deserve to be happy until you lose the weight, and that's just simply not true. I'm going to show you a picture of me when I was skinny. In this picture, my body looks good, but I wasn't really very happy. I now weigh probably at least 30 to 35 pounds more than that, and I'm happy with my body. Isn't that crazy? It's all about the mindset. However, I was much healthier here, and I do want to get back to a point where I can feel like this again. But I will say that, you don't have to wait until you're skinny to be happy. You don't have to wait until you're skinny to go to a dance class. You don't have to wait until you're skinny to buy a crop top. You can do whatever you want to do. But I think that getting here naturally makes you appreciate it so much more, and that's why I don't think Phentermine is the way to go. I think that before you take Phentermine, really consider why you want to take it in the first place and whether or not you think it's going to be a sustainable weight loss option. I know that people have had good experiences with Phentermine because I saw a lot of comments in my previous video about my first 30 days on Phentermine and how it was working for them. And that's so exciting when something works. It makes you feel so achieved and happy. But the big thing to consider is, like, what do we do when it stops working for us? When we no longer have a doctor's appointment once a month? When we can't get the pill anymore? So being 5 foot tall, I had to eat way less calories than most people. I think I ate around 1,500 calories a day when I was losing weight consistently, and I was lifting weights. So I think calories in, calories out method really works for me, and I don't know if that's something that everybody wants to do. A lot of people want to do keto. A lot of people just want to do fasting and have one meal a day. So no matter how you do it, just do it for the right reasons and do it the right way. I just want that everyone who watches this video to know that this is coming from like a genuine place of concern, and that is why I made the video, to hopefully expose some of the falls of Phentermine. And yeah, so that's it for this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and please post your experience in the comments below so we can discuss Phentermine.